Hello everyone, my name is Leslie. Welcome back to a series of Frugal Thoughts. This is a channel in which I share with you my thoughts about ways to save money and how to do things that could cost you less money, and free items and frugal thoughts, etc., etc., etc. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that I do not use a script and I do not have note cards. Usually I just speak extemporaneously off the cuff. And so the thing I wanted to tell you about today was a thought for those of you who may have younger children who are interested in going to camps. I live outside of Philadelphia. There are quite a few camps for children in my area. However, with 5 children, it was never really something that I could do or would do. I would not have sent 5 kids off if I was at the time a stay-at-home mom. However, as my older children have grown up and I had 1 or 2 younger children, one of the things we started to do, and it was very successful, and we are actually doing it right now, my younger daughter is away, we would send them to a sleepaway camp, and in exchange for paying for the cost of the camp, my husband, or usually it was me, would go and work at the camp. The way it would usually work is that they would pay for the amount of time that I was there. My daughter would get a free week or so, or more. I think once it worked out that she was there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and we had to pay for it was like $400 for 4 weeks because I had volunteered to help. They're always in need of nurses, medical care, things like that. However, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical person, so I would email these people, the camp people, and say, I will essentially do anything. And that is the truth. So I was put in charge of the arts and crafts. So I spent some time researching crafts at camps and things like that. And so I went up. They had fairly nice accommodations for me. It was pretty no frills, but I was pretty busy all day. It was also a nice transition because my daughter, who was the youngest of my children, she was more comfortable because I was there. So when we quote unquote dropped her off, we didn't really go away completely. We just went away for, up the hill. And she would see me occasionally walking around, or at one point my husband did it, she would see him. So I just want to say, if you have any talents whatsoever, and I have another friend who works in the kitchen. She has 2 daughters, and they go to a Ukrainian camp, and she will help in the kitchen for 2 weeks so that her children can go to the camp for 2 weeks. Now again, you have to kind of gauge what you're willing to do. This particular woman is a physical therapist during the regular, that is her quote unquote regular job. So she kind of works extra shifts leading up to her 2 weeks off so that she can take the 2 weeks off, and she covers for other people, so they will cover her shifts. So this may not be practical for you if you have a job that you wouldn't be able to take off even a week at times, or if you have younger children who still need you at home, etc., etc. All I wanted to do, and this obviously not all of my ideas apply to everyone, but if you are someone who does have children who are interested in going to summer camp, it might not be a terrible idea, or I actually think it's a very good idea, to look into whether or not you can work at the camp in exchange for having your child go for free. This particular camp that my daughter goes to is not, it's not a camp that the Rockefellers go to, but it's unbelievably expensive. So in order for her to go, it was great that I was able to put in some time and work, and she was able to go for free. So anyway, that is my frugal thought for the day. Look into whether or not you can work at a camp, and that would probably apply to a day camp. In fact, I'm sure it would apply to a day camp. It also definitely applies for teachers in private schools who are able to then send their children to the private schools. That should be another whole video in itself, which I think I just gave myself that idea. But anyway, because I do have friends who work in private schools and then their children go. That's a huge, huge benefit. Anyway, that is my little frugal thought for the day. Working at a camp so that your child or children can go there for free. Thank you so much. If you are new here, I really appreciate it. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the Tightwad Gazette, and I believe this was something Amy had spoken about, volunteering, and I think she did it in the terms of the church. She had like a church camp, I think. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I will see you soon. Thanks.